Hey everyone, Justin again. Alright, today we're going to have a little heart-to-heart talk about everybody's second least favorite part of financial planning. The first being estate planning, specifically wills and trusts for young families, making sure you have covered who's going to take care of your kids if God forbid something should happen to you. So no one wants to talk about that. No one does that. That's why the majority of my younger clients, when first meeting with them, that's one of my first recommendations is to go see an attorney to get the proper will and estate planning documents in place. So we're not going to talk about that today. That'll come another time. But today I want to talk about life insurance. I mentioned it's the second least favorite topic to discuss. No surprise, we're talking about death, not being here, or losing a loved one, which is never anything that anyone wants to experience. But unfortunately, we have to be adults, and that it happens. I'm sure as we all get older, we know a young family who has lost a parent, a mother or father, passed away too early. Inevitably, we're going to experience that. So what I want to talk about today, and not even write about it, but just have a discussion, is how much insurance do you need? And my main focus for today's conversation is the insurance you receive through your employer enough? A lot of times when I meet with a new client, a younger client, has a small family, they think that the coverage they have through work is enough. And unfortunately, most of the time it's not. By law, your employer is allowed to give you up to about $50,000 of coverage. Usually you can buy some extra insurance real cheap, double up your salary, triple up your salary, so you can get a large death benefit. But one of the things that concerns me as a planner, trying to think of how can everything go wrong, is if you leave your employer, then that insurance is gone. Sometimes there's some loopholes that you may be able to carry or purchase the policy to go with you, but most of the time when you leave, your insurance is gone. So what's the worst thing that can happen? You lose your job, and while you're searching for a new job, you get hit by a car. You might think that's not going to happen, but it's happened before, and it will happen again. So what I would like to encourage people to do is to have somebody run an analysis of how much insurance you really need to carry on yourself and your spouse. Don't just think about replacing income. Think about replacing retirement savings. What kind of goals do you have for the surviving spouse? Do they need to go back to work? Do you want to set them up for life? All of these different individual factors are going to determine how much you need. Before I go any further, don't turn me off. We're not going to talk about what type of insurance you should buy, but more about why you need it, why what you have through work is not going to be enough, and the things you need to think about before you go sit with somebody to get the life insurance. So back to the things you need to think about. I mentioned replacing your income, replacing retirement savings for the future. You need to think about child care. Who's going to help out with watching the children while the surviving spouse works to support the family? All of these things are important things to think about, which is why the $50,000 or even the double of your salary is not going to be enough to cover your needs. So if you think you're fully insured because you have some coverage through work, I would think again. I would highly encourage you to meet with an insurance professional, meet with a financial advisor to help you determine how much you need based off of your goals, and then go out and get the cheapest insurance you can find. Down the road, we'll talk about the different types of insurance and why you might want to have a different type of policy. But if you're really just worried about protecting your family, protecting income, protecting retirement savings, making sure the kids can go to college, then go out and get some cheap insurance. Make sure that they're all covered so that you don't have one of those crazy events that leave your family without you and financially burdened because you didn't get insurance. And one final reason to really think about doing it sooner rather than later is you never know what might happen in life and what may cause you to be uninsurable to the insurance company. So yes, you might be young today and you think you don't need the insurance and you'll wait and get it a little bit later on. But what if you develop some type of illness that the insurance companies say, we're not going to insure you because we think you're too high of a risk. Or we'll insure you, but it's going to be some astronomical amount that you can't afford. So go get the insurance while you're young, while you're healthy, while your kids are young, and just get that part of your puzzle taken care of. And then you can start building on the other parts of your financial plan, planning for the long term. But you need to make sure that you're covered. You need to make sure that you have more than just what your employer is providing you. Because unless you're single, There's nobody relying on you. That's not going to be enough insurance, and you can go out and get insurance and protect your family pretty cheap. I hate talking about insurance. It's not the fun part of financial planning for me. There's no real strategy to it. I can't manage your life insurance. So life insurance to me is not a fun aspect of financial planning, but is very important. It's a fundamental to the overall plan, and it needs to be addressed. So one more time, if you think you have enough insurance because you have coverage through work, reevaluate it, sit down with somebody, pay them for an hour of their time, have them calculate how much insurance you need to properly cover your family for all of your wishes. Conduct a high-level amount that is all the bells and whistles, and then a minimum amount that you need for your family to survive, and then you can kind of decide what makes sense for you and your goals. But again, find time. What you have through work is not going to be enough. Go out and get some additional insurance to protect you and your family. You'll be glad you did it. Hopefully you never use it, but it'll give you the peace of mind of knowing that if something happens to you, you and your family are taken care of. I mentioned second least favorite topic, most least favorite topic, estate planning, wills and trust. I've written a blog about it before. Go find it in the archives about getting your estate planning set up before doing a 529 for kids. We'll revisit it. I'll do another video. We'll talk about it some more. But hopefully this will get you to think about your current insurance situation. Hopefully you'll go reevaluate it and make sure that you're protected so that your family is covered in the event of something we hope never happens. So with that depressing topic, I hope you have a great day. Look forward to doing another video soon. If you have any type of topics you'd like to hear or discuss, find me on social media, shoot me a tweet, comment, whatever it may be, but let me know what you're interested in. I'd be more than happy to see if I can't answer those questions and put something together for you. So have a great day, and make sure you go reevaluate your life insurance situation.